Our exploration with PHP programming language is going to begin with the exploration of the different structures or types that we can use while writing a PHP script. And the first of those we're going to look at are variables. Now, if you're programmed before, you're going to be familiar with what variable is. But if you're not, then you're going to understand that a variable is a symbolic representation of a value, and it's going to make more sense when we start using them. And for this to be said, it can change over time or it can vary. A variable name always starts with a $sign, okay? So if you want to write a variable, it must start with the $sign, like this, and then followed by the name of the variable. So now let's say, for instance, you're writing let's go back to our file. Let me delete this from here to this place. And let's call this variables. I'll have to do a save as on that and save it as variables.php. Now in PHP, variable names are going to start with a $sign, okay? So it's going to be $, then the variable name, which always start with an underscore or a letter. Okay, now do not start a variable name with an alphabet, with a number. Variable names start with either a letter or an underscore. So a variable name can look like this: var1, then the equal to sign, which means representing, it means implies. It's not the normal equal to, okay? In PHP, the equal to sign does not mean equal to, but it means representing, or it implies what it's carrying. Like here we say the variable var1 represents this is a variable, for instance. So anywhere we see var, we'll know that this is a variable. Okay, that is what it stands for. So the equal to there does not necessarily mean the equal to in mathematics. Okay, now the equal to in mathematics is something else. Here in PHP, when we get to that point, we're going to explain that. Okay, so a variable name can also start with an underscore, like an underscore var, and then what it's carrying. Let's say this is variable 2, and then you close it there. Now a variable name can also start with a capital letter, and mind you, variables in PHP is case sensitive. Okay, variable in PHP is case sensitive. This is variable 3. I want to mean that. Now the var here and the var here are two different variables, because they are var quite alright, but this one begins with a lowercase v, while this one begins with a uppercase v. They are two different meanings. Now when we echo this, let's try and echo it and see what we'll get. Now when we echo var1, let's say we echo var1 or var, and then we'll echo a break tag. After that we echo var underscore var, and then we'll echo another break tag, and finally we echo the var with a capital letter. Now let's see what we're going to get. Okay, now I'm going to save that, and I'm going to go to our browser and check that out. What? Okay, let's see what is wrong. Okay. Now the reason is because we did not put the extension. Now this is the PHP. Okay, good. Now you see this is a variable, this is variable 2, and this is what, variable 3. Now if this and this were to be the same, like for instance I happen to change this to an uppercase V, now it's going to be the same, but it's going to say this is a variable, carry the object here, apply it to the variable, and when it gets to this one, replace what is given initially with this is variable 3. Now the final representative of the, or representation of the var will be this is variable 3. Let's check that out and see. Now refresh that. Let me see. Error somewhere. Okay, there. Let's save that. Then I'm gonna echo refresh. Now you see this is variable 3, this is variable 2, and this is variable 3. Okay, so that is how we represent variables in PHP, and we're going to be using this a lot in this course, so I'll suggest you practice it and master it very well. Then I'll see you in the next video.